He's a Wig Master.
What is a Wig Master?
He's with the touring company of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He's the guy in charge of the wigs.
Boy, imagine liking wigs to the point it becomes a career choice.
Hello, and welcome to Seincast, a retrospective on all 180 episodes of Seinfeld, being hosted by two guys who can barely run their own lives. My name is Vinnie.
My name's Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. How are you?
I'm doing well. A little warm. I just took a shower. It didn't take, so now I'm sweating all over the place. But thankfully, I don't have a meeting. I just have this.
I actually just took a shower myself.
Really? Doesn't look like it.
Hey. Haircut?
Yeah. I see you got a little ponytail action going on there.
Yeah, so I feel kind of...
You were capable of such atrocities.
So, every once in a while, I like to do something to fit with a theme. I didn't wear pants when we discussed the doll a couple of weeks ago, and this week, I couldn't really think of anything. I don't have a Technicolor Dreamcoat. There weren't any prostitutes available in the area.
Damn shame.
Yeah, so I decided to rock a ponytail, and it is a weird feeling, man.
Yeah, you look...
I feel like I have a, like that, it's an early stage where it's just like this little tiny, like, Padawan.
Little nubbin, yeah.
I wondered how people feel about ponytails, in today's culture. Is it acceptable for a guy to have a ponytail? Is it a big turnoff?
We know how Jerry feels about it.
Well, yeah, and that actually went through my head in college because I had hair down to my shoulders. Mm-hmm. And every time I put it in a ponytail, I thought of Jerry's line, like, come on, get real. Mm-hmm. But, yeah.
Give it time.
Okay. Well, my wife hasn't talked to me all day since putting it in a ponytail. So.
Hey, there's another reference.
What's that?
During the wife episode, you referred to your wife.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's reaching.
All right. Well, Vinny, before we get started, figured we could talk a little news.
Hey, I got news for you.
Great news. All right, I got news. You ready?
What?
Tickets are on sale for the Comedy Central Colossal Clusterfest.
Pause the podcast, go to wherever the link we're going to give you, and get your tickets now. Hurry!
Clusterfest. I want to say cluster. It's hard.
I'm so close to wanting to say that myself. I'm glad you broke the cluster barrier.
Clusterfest.com. So what this is, you got 3 days, 5 stages, over 50 comedians, lots of bands in San Francisco at the small print here, the Civic Center Plaza and Bill Graham Civic Auditorium.
It's the Plaza.
Dude, the lineup here is insane.
This is a Hall of Famer, like murderer's row of comedians.
Right. And of course, number one on the list here, Jerry Seinfeld,
Boom.
Of course. But you've got some amazing comedians to follow. Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Sarah Silverman, Hannibal Buress, Bob Odenkirk, the girls from Broad City. I mean, God, I can't even list them all here. It's insane. We'll include a link in our show notes. If anyone would like to go to this, it's on June 2nd to the 4th in San Francisco.
You keep saying it, I'm going to keep saying it too.
But I'll stop there because I'm rambling too much. Will you be going to this, Vinny? Like, is there any chance you're going to check it out?
I am going to be checking my schedule. This is a Wednesday, so after we finish recording, I'm going to see if it's possible and if I can afford it. I would love to be a part of this. You actually forgot to mention the other key Seinfeld attraction at this Colossal Clusterfest.
Yeah, there will be a Seinfeld apartment. And I'm not sure if this is the same apartment from the Hulu exhibit a couple of years ago.
Could be the same.
But it's very possible this is like a totally different thing. I'm just not sure. But in addition to the Seinfeld apartment, you've also got the bar from It's Always Sunny will be there, which really interests me.
That's really cool.
They're going to have like a bathroom that you can't use, but it's, how disgusting the bathroom is on that show.
Of course. Complete with glory hole?
Yes. One would hope. And maybe the yuck puddle will be there as well.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, do they stipulate it's going to be the full-size Seinfeld apartment, or will it be the 1/16th replica?
I'm sure this will be the full-size, your big boy. But in addition to the full-scale recreation, you'll also have a Festivus pole, which is pretty cool, and a Seinfeld smorgasbord featuring classic foods from Monk's Cafe and the Soup Nazi.
Ooh, man.
How does that scratch you?
Tough to beat.
Maybe there'll be some Champagne Coolies at the It's Always Sunny bar. Who knows? But yeah, really cool stuff here. Once again, the Colossal Clusterfest. We'll include a link in our show notes if anyone wants to buy tickets. June 2nd to the 4th in San Francisco. Now, Vinny, you're a veteran of these like comedy festivals. You go to the Benson Ball down in D.C., right?
I went to the Benson Ball last year, and I went. I think I only went one night because it's a 3-night festival, and each night it's Tig Notaro, one of our favorites, is the MC usually, and she'll have guests come. And usually each night they have a surprise guest, which is usually like a big name. Like the night that I went, it was Jim Gaffigan. And he didn't do stand-up, but he just sat up on the couch and they kind of, did shtick, which was wonderful. And who else? I think Louis C.K. was a surprise one night, then Bill Burr. But so that's one type of festival that is quite common nowadays. There's also Oddball Fest, which Comedy Central does, I think. And that's similar to this Cluster Fest. They have all these big names come. So it should be, it's a who's who of comedy.
Right. I've always wanted to go to one of these. I was in Montreal last summer, and I missed the Just for Laughs festival by just like a few days. And
that's a shame.
Not only missed the festival, but the last night we were there, Liz and I ate at Joe Beef, this like amazing restaurant. And once we got back to the States, I checked my Instagram. Julia Louis-Dreyfus, David Mendel are enjoying a meal at Joe Beef. And I'm like, oh, come on.
How do you live with yourself?
I had like flashbacks of when Jerry and Stephen Colbert filmed Down the Block from my place, and I was out of town. Just
you could be rubbing elbows with all these guys and you just miss them by a second.
Get a nice restraining order put on me right there. But anyways, links in our show notes for the Colossal Fest. Vinny, if listeners want to get in touch with us, how can they do that?
They can email us at seincast@gmail.com, find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or Instagram. And now they can leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco, 262-622-6726.
Right on. And what episode do we have this week?
We will be discussing the 19th episode of Season 7, The Wig Master, written by Spike Feresten, directed by Andy Ackerman, and it originally aired April 4th, 1996.
Very cool. We don't have much trivia this week, unfortunately. We actually have some cool stuff to discuss during the episode, but before we get started, the inspiration for the Wig Master situation with George and Susan comes from writer Spike Feresten. He was dating a girl, and her friend was visiting. He actually, I think, wanted to stay with him for a long period of time, and Spike wasn't very happy with this and made his life completely miserable. He only wound up staying 2 days.
That's nice, Spike.
Yeah. I think everyone can relate to the unwanted guest in the house.
Yeah, I feel like 2 days is a nice, solid chunk of time. Anything after that is pushing it.
When you used to visit us, and I'd be like, hey, stay for a couple of more days, you always felt very uncomfortable. You're like, no, there's a cap to this.
No. I do have a friend, he always likes to visit, but he always wants to stay for 5, 6, 7 days at a time. And then after a while, I'm like, I gotta go home. I'm serious. I'm not kidding.
Do I know
it's
this
not
guy?
You. No, you do.
Okay. We'll leave it at that.
Uh-oh. Is that too much?
Another bit of inspiration here. Spike used to park his Jeep in this cheap lot. I think in New York. It might have been L.A. But the doors didn't lock on his car. So after a while, he started finding these used condoms on the floor. And it turns out, just like in the episode, some hookers were turning tricks. And he got me thinking, unless you're in, I don't know, like high school or something, do you really want to get down in a car?
Yeah, I was about to say sex in a Jeep. That doesn't work. That's actually a tub. But yeah, it would be uncomfortable in a Jeep.
I would rather have sex in a tub than a Jeep.
I guess. It's smooth.
Well, it depends what kind of Jeep are we talking about here?
Are we talking about a hot tub?
Did the seats like go down? Like, Oochie mama.
Yeah, there it is.
Anyways, let's go back a couple of years, 2015, when the Brooklyn Cyclones, a minor league baseball team in New York, hosted their Seinfeld night. I think this was the second one. It was
the first one I attended, but it was the second Seinfeld night too.
That's right. Do you remember what the Jersey theme was that night?
Absolutely. It was Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. So similar to what we're going to see Kramer wear in this episode, they were able to mirror that on the jerseys. And I think they were for sale as well as kind of raffled off.
Yes.
We put our names in for the raffle. Didn't win. But it was a very cool jersey. Probably find one on eBay.
Yeah, the design is such a mess, but it's like a beautiful mess.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've done puffy shirts before. Can't recall.
You would have to, I don't know how the first year went, because you went to that one.
I think that was puffy. All puffy.
Yeah. Puffy.
But last year, do you remember what they had?
I don't think they had special jerseys. It was just more, right?
Just like the Seinfeld night in general.
Yeah, there were more just events and things to do, but they didn't wear any special jerseys.
Right. Well, that's it actually for trivia.
Okay.
A little short this week. Should we get started?
Sure.
I was thinking about the wig historically. I guess the Revolutionary War was the last war fought in wigs, and it seems like that must have been hard. You know, they're going into battle, you think, well, do I have my bullets? Do I have my bobby pins? You know, you got to make sure you have everything. A lot more to worry about. What if I get killed? Is my wig on straight? I don't know when the whole wig thing came into style for a man, but I know when it went out. When the mirror was invented. Guy is looking in a mirror, powdering a thatch of horsehair on his head, going, all right, let's go rap to the lady.
I find this to be a very solid stand-up. And you mentioned It's Always Sunny in our news segment, but I love that Always Sunny, which has been referred to as Seinfeld on crack, was able to give me a visual of Jerry's stand-up. And I'm thinking, do you remember when the gang cracks the Liberty Bell?
Yeah.
And Dennis wears the wig and he bears a royal bearing?
It's terrifying. He's got like the makeup on and...
Yep.
Yeah.
But really good stand-up.
Oh, for sure.
And we actually have a stand-up to open the show in season 7, which makes it feel, like home.
Yeah, man. If you go back to those early episodes, can you believe we used to get stand-up at the top, in the middle, and the end?
Yeah, we took it for granted.
Yeah. What was that line I wanted to look up? There's a line in the reverse peephole where, just talking about wigs in general, Kramer makes fun of Jerry for carrying around a wallet. And he says, nobody carries wallets anymore. I mean, they went out with powdered wigs.
Maybe Kramer was in the audience at this particular stand-up.
Right.
He could use his laugh.
And this is so stupid, but there's something about that last line. No guy's looking into the mirror, powdering a thatch of horsehair on his head, going, all right, let's go rap to the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. It just makes me think of Hamilton and, the whole rap scene. And
oh, there you go.
No one in that actually, wears wigs, but it's that time period. So
maybe that's where the inspiration came from.
Sometimes I like just throwing out words that don't connect, just hope that people get a general understanding of what I'm trying to say.
Isn't that what Michael Scott says? Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't know where it's going to go.
That's me right here. All right, first scene of the episode. We're at the Andover shop. Jerry is shopping for a crested blazer. He wore one once, and he really thinks it did something for him. Great callback, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a week ago, but...
Yeah, Friars Club. And I got to say, kudos to the writers for dropping these little references throughout this season in particular. It really makes it feel connected, like this nice little universe we have. So well done.
And I'm not sure if I've ever watched season 7 all the way through.
In order?
Yeah, in order. And I just never realized that this episode connected with the Friars Club in a sense.
Pretty cool.
But a salesman, Craig, helps him out, shows him a Joseph Aboud.
That's hand ticking around the crest. World famous Carrizo buttons made from the finest antelope horn.
Oh, yeah, they'll match my sneakers.
Now, I want to take notice of this because I think Jerry, upon meeting this guy, Craig, he, it wasn't his kind of guy, wasn't his type of guy. So I feel like that they match my sneakers was kind of a jab at him, like what he does. I'm in this snooty jacket shop. So right now I'm going to say it's 1-0 Jerry.
Which is interesting because, Jerry decided to go there, for the jacket.
But just because the salesman was a little bit snooty, I think, and verbose at times,
Right.
I think. But keep in mind, Jerry's winning right now, 1-0. Is he a British gent?
Oh, yeah.
Craig? Okay. So Craig is played by Harry Van Gorkum, who I feel like must be a cousin of Todd Gack with that name. But he was in Gone in 60 Seconds. He was the MC in Batman and Robin.
Oh my God! Yeah, he's the guy that's like, and you are. I know that movie.
And of course you do. And he guest starred on several sitcoms. And I didn't know this. I learned this today, actually. He was a finalist to play Doctor Who. The role eventually going to Paul McGann. So this is, I guess, in the 90s?
Yeah, and, we're not big Doctor Who fans, but I do know that, the current popularity of Doctor Who didn't come about until the 2000s with Christopher,
okay.
Is it Eccleston?
You would know that.
So, and the fact that it's on Fox, I wonder if this was just kind of like that weird era in Doctor Who where he didn't really have a home or as big a fan base.
It was Doctor Don't Care back then. Now it's Doctor Who. I'm sorry.
But yeah, interesting acting history there with Batman and Robin. And there's something about this guy that he looks so familiar. And I don't know why, but he's got kind of like a Scott Patterson thing going on. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yep, he's got a Luke in him.
Luke from Gilmore Girls. What's his name from Billy from The Sponge?
Yes.
I'll shave him. Anyways. From the script, this scene was actually going to be set at a Barney's department store. And for whatever reason, it changed to the Andover shop. Maybe Andover shop is a little bit more, prestigious. Who knows? But
bear in mind, we already visited Barney's when Elaine tried the dress and wore it out of the store.
Yes. Kramer sold his suit to Bania.
Yeah. And he got the moisturizer.
But to finish up the rest of the scene here, Jerry tries on the jacket. He isn't sure, so he decides to, I'll bring a friend by later, see what they think. But Craig doesn't believe him. Gives one of those sarcastic,
No, I really will. I noticed when Jerry delivered this line here, he goes, not sure. I tell you what, I'll come back later, and he goes off on his little run there. I tell you what, Larry David does that dozens of times in Curb. So I feel like this particular line or that delivery was, I had a feeling that would be his implementation.
Well, who did it come from? Is that a Jerry thing that Larry picked up? Or is it the other way around?
It's one of those chicken and the eggs where we really will never know.
I always kind of go with Larry. Anything funny or unique on the show, it's all Larry.
Well, and I just adore him so much, and the character he's kind of created on Curb that I wanna believe that he's the one, but I'm sure it was an amalgamation of the two.
Next scene, we're at Jerry's apartment. The gang is all together here. Jerry is upset that Craig didn't believe him, that he will bring a friend by. So he wants Elaine to come back to the store with him, and they'll pretend to look at the jacket. And where do you fall on this? Is this worth going back to the store? Are you the kind of guy that would feel so insecure you would need to, I don't know, prove to the salesperson you were telling the truth?
My inner George Costanza would say yes, that I wouldn't want any one person to think negative about me, so I would want to go back and prove them wrong.
I've done this so many times, though, especially when I'm dealing with, it's sad, but small vendors, if you're at a, I don't know, a flea market or some kind of crafts festival, and I'm looking at something at someone's table, and, I like it, but I really don't want to buy it, and the person's sitting right there. And I'll always say oh, I'll be back. I'm going to look around. I'll come back.
Of course.
And I never do. Yeah. So sad. Oh, I had one other question for you here. Elaine's frustration with Jerry here. She's like, who cares, what this guy thinks? And Jerry's like, well, I don't want him to think that I was lying, even though I am. This reminds me of something. And on Seinfeld, of course, you'll get a lot of, repeated themes and jokes. Mm-hmm. Is there another situation that you can think of here where a character lies but doesn't want the person to know they were lying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, getting caught in a lie, or at least trying to.
I mean, maybe George going to the house in the Hamptons. Kind of.
Yeah.
But more the situation of I don't want this person.
Oh, is it, you're not talking about Al Netchie?
Al Netchie.
With Daphne, that, because he said I was going to. Like George will get married if he has
yes.
to. Is that what you're thinking
I wasn't
about?
thinking about that, but that works. I think every season there's a plot line like this one. It's interesting that it's Jerry this time doing it because this feels sort of like a George situation.
Exactly. I agree.
Anyways, George is frustrated that Susan's friend is staying with them for 2 weeks. Is that excessive?
Well, Bob Sacramento stayed with me once for a year and a half.
Was this after his hernia operation?
Yeah, I think he ate so much horse that it gave him a hernia. Or no, damn.
Jay Riemenschneider. Oh, my God.
Get that out. No. You know what? He was probably lifting such heavy boxes filled with condoms that he got the hernia.
There you go. Had to stay with Kramer. Great to hear more about Bob. It's been a while.
Speaking of Bob, hey, Bob. Hey, Bobby. In the script, Kramer was going to reveal more details about Bob Sacramento, but then George was going to cut him off, saying that Elaine wasn't talking to Kramer, which I find interesting because what sort of details would Kramer have revealed about this mystery fellow?
Yeah.
And then there was one additional line that was cut, which it's not really worth noting, but I'm going to say it anyway. Kramer said Bob Sacramento called him yesterday and said he's living in a shelter. I think he was hinting.
Aww.
Meaning that he might need to come stay with Kramer again.
Ah, very good. Do you think there were ever plans to show Bob Sacramento on the show?
Probably initially, but then they kind of liked the idea of having a faceless character that we could wonder. Same thing with like Cousin Jeffrey. And even to this day, I don't want to see those guys. I like not knowing what they look like.
Mm-hmm. So who is this house guest at the Costanzas?
Wig Master with the touring company of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He's in charge of the wigs.
Boy, imagine liking wigs to the point it becomes a career choice. Love that. Anyways, Kramer wants tickets to the show. He's very into theater and the arts, as we know.
That's true.
But George has to leave and drop his car off at this new lot called Jiffy Park. $75 a month, and you get a cool T-shirt when you sign up. Giddy up again, Kramer's going to start parking there as well.
Kramer is down. And I'm glad we're finally getting to Jiffy Park, which I feel is one of the more recognizable locations or businesses in the Seinfeld universe.
It's all about that T-shirt, man.
That shirt is available online. You can get it.
Yeah, it's such a great design.
I noticed, though, we're going to see when Kramer wears it, there's something written on the back. And I think most of the shirts online only have it on the front.
Oh.
So we need some sort of, genius screen printer to make the authentic replica.
Could you make out what it said on the back?
Park in a Jiffy.
Park in a Jiffy. Oh, yeah, I like that.
Let's make this happen.
You made this happen. Did the Kinney lot kind of fall apart? Remember back with Gary Fogel?
Yeah, it did.
Right.
Because the Scofflaw got it.
Oh, that's right. You can't fight City Hall. All right, next scene, we're at the Andover shop. Jerry rubs it in Craig's face. I came back with a friend, but Craig doesn't really care. In fact, he believed he would come back.
See, now that, I think, Craig is getting back at Jerry for that snide sneaker comment he made earlier. Mm-hmm. So now it's 1-1.
Well, they just don't like each other. You know what I mean? There's some kind of friction there.
Mm-hmm.
But Jerry introduces him to Elaine, and they've got chemistry. They connect over their love of clothes and J. Peterman, writing for the catalog.
Elaine, what about the crest? What do you think about the crest here?
And Elaine, just smitten, tells Jerry, I get the jacket. It's great. So Jerry's stuck with this very expensive jacket. And I love Craig's closing pickup line where he tells Jerry, could you write your number on the back of the check? And perhaps Elaine could do the same.
That is a solid line and a wonderful reaction by Julia. Very well done.
God, she's incredible. Now, when Craig said, will this be check or credit? And Jerry's like, check. We're only a season away from the clown checks.
Yeah, did the error from no longer Chemical Bank, but did the error from the bank happen already? Or is it going to be happening in season 8?
I forgot the specifics. Jerry got the clown checks by mistake.
Right.
Okay, so maybe he doesn't.
We don't know. He may be on the end of his book by the time season 8 comes around.
That's true, and you can sometimes get 100 checks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, next scene, we're on the sidewalk, walking home. Jerry is upset for 2 reasons. Elaine telling him to buy the jacket, and Craig asking her out right in front of him. It's very emasculating. And he doesn't know the nature of their relationship. Elaine's doing a girlfriend's job helping him with clothes. How dare he?
He dared.
We get a lot of little scenes this week, and I really like this one because it explores Jerry's relationship or friendship with Elaine and just their general relationship since those early days.
I agree. I love this as well. I love it because I find it very relatable, and I think all of us who go on dates, but then also have friends of the opposite sex. I can recall having friends who are women, do things like this, these so-called girlfriend jobs. And it made me think, I wonder when I was out with, a friend who was a girl, would someone think we were together, or could they tell that we were friends? But I just found it so relatable. Thought it was very well done.
Has this ever happened with kind of like the reverse where you'll be out with Kelly and someone might like flirt with her or like, you know what I mean? Like assume you're not dating her?
No, I can't say that that's happened yet. I'm sure it will though.
Right. It's happened with Liz when I'm not around. And then like when I walk up, the guy will get very nervous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh God.
Excuse me, ladies.
Yeah, it's always an interesting situation. I think it's always best to err on the side of caution, if you're Craig in this situation.
Oh yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask too. You can say, "How do you guys know each other?" But he seems to be.
Are you married right now?
Newman. He seems to be very. He seems to be exuding confidence right now, and
Craig?
Elaine's picking up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't give a f***.
So he's picking up on that, as is Elaine, which is why they're having this chemistry.
Of course. All right, next scene, we're at George's apartment here. He arrives home to find Ethan on the couch, surrounded by wigs, combing them. And you picked up on this, right? The best part about this scene, how it starts?
It's his greeting. It's hi, George. I'm getting so much work done.
He's very chipper.
He's very chipper, but he's, how was your day? Good day.
Well, right there, that's what I'm getting at. I think that's a direct callback to when George would arrive home in the postponement.
Exactly. And then afterwards he proceeds to, dump his change on the counter there.
And he's sitting exactly where Susan would be. Exactly.
It's the greeting of a defeated man who's in a life that he doesn't want to be in, and yet now he has two people in his apartment that he doesn't want there.
Well, I've got a clip from the engagement, or maybe it's the postponement. I forget which one, and I'm going to play it with this scene here.
Hi.
Hey, how was your day?
Good. Good day. How was your day?
Oh, it was okay. Mwah.
Hi, George. How was your day?
Good day. You?
I am getting so much work done. See?
Very nice.
Hey, sweetie, how was your day?
I already asked him that. Said, good day.
That laugh, man.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Both Ethan and Susan share this laugh, and I already love this guy. I love this actor. I love this character. I find him very charming, and the fact that he irritates George makes him even more enjoyable for me.
Unlike, what's her name?
Sally Weaver.
Yeah, Sally, you're not a fan of Sally Weaver, but you like this redhead.
Absolutely. Thank you. It's funny. We've had a couple characters the past couple weeks that were irritating to Jerry. Some we liked, some we didn't like. But I am just digging this one, and the fact that we have now a character who's instigating with George, I find very, very refreshing. But this is Patrick Bristow. He plays the Wig Master. His notable films include Transformers, Austin Powers, Showgirls. He was in an episode of Jason Alexander's show, Listen Up. And we get him as another, stage and theater character in Curb Your Enthusiasm. He played in 2 episodes, Steve the choreographer, during the producer's run.
Oh, fantastic role on that show. Can we get into the scene a little bit? He's like directing Larry like how to tap dance or just how to...
Yeah, how to do a particular move on stage. And Larry's not getting the steps. He doesn't want to even do it. And
he gets really frustrated, this guy, right?
Exactly. Can we take a 5? But in in this episode of Seinfeld, as well as in the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, the character is either referenced as gay or appears to play it gay.
Right,
which is interesting.
Does Larry say something that offends him?
He calls him Steve the gay choreographer. Like when him and Jeff are discussing it, and Larry starts picking up some of his mannerisms, where Larry calls everything fierce. Because Steve calls everything fierce, and he's like, "Yeah, well, I'll keep it at that."
I think, but I think we actually started watching Curb during season 4, and it was during the producer's arc. When we were in college, and I think that's around the time. And I remember how thrilled we were. I think that he was like the first Seinfeld actor we connected with the show.
Well, he was so apparent that, same look, same even type of character, but to see, one interact with Jerry, one with Larry, it was really a treat.
And as you mentioned, Austin Powers, he is one of several Seinfeld actors to appear in the first movie, at least.
And we have another actor who's going to appear
You're right.
in this episode and in Austin Powers.
He's the one that's giving, he's a tour guide when they're sneaking into Dr. Evil's headquarters. And
isn't, actually, we haven't gotten to him yet, but Michael McDonald, doesn't he play the guy who gets run over by the...
In all three of them.
Yeah.
In all three of them, he dies. Yeah, I think, yeah. All right, let's move over to Jerry's apartment. Kramer dropped his car at Jiffy Park, but forgot to take his apartment key off the ring. Now he's locked out. And when Jerry arrives, I love this mention of a spare key. Apparently, Jerry gave it back to Kramer.
Yeah. Now, last we saw it, Kramer gave his keys back to Jerry in the Keys episode.
Welcome back, Kramer.
Was there any other mention or instance where there was another exchange of keys from season 3 until now?
I don't remember if it was Kramer's keys, but we have had discussions about keys and who's doing what. But
nevertheless, great reference.
Well, also, Kramer goes over to Jerry's apartment in the Bubble Boy because he hears the message from Naomi.
Oh, right.
So Kramer has Jerry's key. I mean, the whole keys fiasco is sort of... Yeah. We don't really follow it since that season 3 finale, but I thought this was interesting though. Like, why would Kramer need that? Oh, hang on a second. Do you remember in the understudy when he unlocks Jerry's apartment? Like, yeah. So maybe that was his spare set.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you.
Anyways, Jerry won't drive Kramer over to the lot, so Kramer calls George to ask, and he of course jumps at the opportunity. It's a great visual of George sitting between Ethan and Susan.
Yeah, and Jerry makes a setup. He won't take you. And then immediately George is like,
I'll be there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's really weird that Susan has a wig and she's like playing with it.
Yeah.
It's just this odd image. Like, what is Susan's background in general, but why is she friends with Ethan?
They're old... Aren't they?
Are they from college?
I thought it was a friend from college.
So maybe Sally. So Susan has the worst friends. Sally, Ethan, Hallie. Hallie's pretty nice though.
Oh, it just says friend of a Susan's. It doesn't say college.
Okay.
So, but let's go ahead and say they met in college.
She knows how to pick them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're in George's car next scene, and here's something we haven't seen in a while: George and Kramer together. I mean, I'm always thinking of those earlier episodes. I feel like we don't get these two together all that often.
Yeah, I'm recalling them driving to the airport,
of course,
the duty-free shop,
especially with this visual, the dinner party when they go to the liquor store. And kind of a dumb trivia question, but is this the only time we see the two in a car where George is driving?
That is a real tough one.
I think our whole listening audience just let out a huge groan, like, oh.
Yeah, like, boy, come on, guys, boys, move on with the show. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Anyways, George says that Kramer can swing by the theater later to meet Ethan and see some of the behind the scenes of the production. And while he's talking, Kramer's messing with the radio, and the volume knob falls off. And when Kramer reaches to pick it up, he finds something on the floor.
No, it's a god.
I wish George just started swerving all over the road.
I wish he would have done the two swerve that he does with the was it with the squirrels? Or no, it's Kramer does the swerve.
In what scene though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do, but I don't know the context. Ah, shoot. Well,
Yeah, we are sucking with card trivia today.
Yeah, this is really bad. We're going to get a lot of listeners letting us know. In the meantime, though, Vinny, can you think of any other condom references on Seinfeld?
The sponge with can't get the wrapper open in time.
Very nice.
There's
You mentioned
another
one earlier, the from the Fix Up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's two.
There's one
And there's a
more. Condom, I don't think is mentioned, but
prophylactic wrapper.
there we go. From the cigar store Indian, I believe.
Said by my favorite character. Mm-hmm. Now, there was a scene that was supposed to precede this George Kramer car scene that they actually filmed, but they cut, and I'm a little bit upset that they did. It was going to be a Jerry Kramer scene. Kramer notices Jerry's new crested blazer, and he's like, is that from the Friars Club? Jerry says, no, it's a new one, and he hasn't worn it yet. And Kramer says, well, you never know how people will react to a crest until they're exposed to it. So Jerry responds, yeah, you're right. I'm going to test the waters. Well, what do you think? And Kramer responds, I don't care for it. So then we go to this scene in the city. Jerry goes around testing these waters. He encounters none other than Kenny Bania. So Steve Heitner reprises his role, and we actually have a deleted scene of him meeting Kenny.
I have audio of this, actually, by the way.
Oh, then let me shut up and keep playing it.
Well, let's set it up a little better. So he's walking down the street, and he walks up to like a newsstand, Jerry, in the crested blazer.
And he's kind of sticking his breast coat out to see if people respond to the hand ticking. And most people either shake their heads at him or just say, mm-mm.
Right. And
then he encounters a beautiful woman. She couldn't care less. And then enter Kenny Bania.
Wearing the same jacket.
Hey, Jerry!
Oh, my God.
Look, we're both wearing the same coat. You know what I like about it? The crest, Jerry. The crest.
This is a cruel, carefully orchestrated joke, right?
Ah, look at us. We're like brothers, huh? Hey, you're cute.
Thanks.
I don't believe this.
Now, the sole reason I want this scene to be put back into the show is because of Steve Heitner, Kenny Bania's delivery of the crest, Jerry, the crest.
And there are some visuals on Seinfeld that are just so good. I mean, we'll get to one of the best later in the episode. But this image of Kenny looking at Jerry, it's like a split screen sort of thing,
Mm-hmm.
dressed the exact same is just hilarious.
It's very eerie.
Mm-hmm. Now, real quick, getting back to our discussion earlier where Kramer's like, whoop, whoop. I remember the scene. It's in the dealership when...
Oh!
Mr. Kramer, the road! Whoop, whoop.
Yes, that would have been cool. But, yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
All right, next scene, we're at Monk's. Elena and Craig are out for lunch, and he asks if, there's anything she liked in the store because he can get a considerable discount. And there was this one item she noticed. It was an amazing little black dress. It was sleeveless.
The Nico Miller.
Yeah. yeah.
He's coming back.
So Craig promises, I'll take care of it. And Elena's surprised. I mean, she barely knows him.
Well, we'll have to do something about that, won't we? Little subtle things that Julia does this week. I'm really enjoying.
Oh, God. And I have a feeling you really like this moment. We get a shot of the monk's window, and Jerry's walking by, and he stops, and he gives like this look of disapproval. Mm-hmm. I want a gif of that, just on repeat.
Hey, Greg.
It's Craig.
Right. Nice lunch for the lane?
Yes, lovely.
I'm just curious. How did you know she wasn't my girlfriend?
Well, I could just sense it.
Because, we used to go out.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah. We went way out and wild.
Hey, Jer.
Hello.
Would you like to buy a rose for your wife?
How do you know she's not my wife?
I eat this scene up, seeing Jerry just so irritated that he is not thought of as, husband material.
Right.
But if we go back to the beginning of the clip, do you think he knew Craig's name already and he intentionally called him Greg?
100% yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now it's 2-1 Jerry.
Yes. Very
Love
good.
that.
Keeping score here. I love the delivery of that last line. How do you know she's not my wife?
Aw. Jerry's real peeved here.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's not number one anymore.
There's no jealousy, is there?
Yeah, you wonder what it is. I think he's a little, peeved that he has to buy this jacket that no one appears to like.
Yeah.
And, but the Elaine thing really, really rubs him the wrong way, which is interesting because, let's think of another scene where a guy picks Elaine up in front of Jerry.
Well, season 1 and 2, Jerry would have definitely been jealous, and they've even addressed that. But, as time progressed, he seems to care less and even, relishes in her going out with these guys when they inevitably blow up in her face. But I think it's just not being thought of as husband material by onlookers. Mm-hmm. He gets pushed to the side for this other guy.
Right. And especially this guy he doesn't care for anyways. If he liked the guy, it would have been different. All right, now we're cutting over to Jiffy Park, and I am so excited to get to this scene because we have a wonderful we have a lot of great guest actors this week, but this guy in particular is one for the books. George and Kramer are confronting the attendant at the lot.
I want to know, how did that get into my car?
Hey, look, you walk in this city, you gotta expect things are gonna stick to your foot. You hop in your car and bing, condom.
That doesn't explain the lipstick on the dashboard.
Here, take a few shares.
What?
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Kramer, but we can't get your car now. The keys seem to have been misplaced.
Wait a minute, I need those keys. I won't be able to get into my apartment.
Hey, Mr. Kramer, you like Cadillacs?
Yeah, I like Cadillacs. Why? What do you got on your mind?
Take that pink Cadillac Eldorado over there. It's a Mary Kay car.
Mary Kay? Yeah.
Mary Kay car.
Well, listen, I'll see you later. Thanks for driving me by.
Hey, what's happening?
We're going to hang around here a little while. Something funny going on here.
Love, adore, you name it. This guy, this actor is wonderful. We actually will get him for 2 episodes here.
Yes.
But his name is Shyam Jaffe. He plays the Jiffy Park guy. And then he will come back in the Muffin Tops to play the Jiffy Dump guy. So he must be like a utility player for the Jiffy enterprise.
I wonder if a lot of people pick up on that. The whole Jiffy brand.
Yeah, Jiffy.
Yeah.
He's also in Waterworld and Just Like Heaven. And while I was on his IMDb page, he's got really long hair now down to his shoulders, and it's silver. So yeah. But he looks like a different guy now. But I love this actor. His voice is so unique, and his delivery of lines, bing, condom. He is awesome. And here is another guy who is playing foil to George.
Yes. Oh God, he's incredible. He actually plays foil to Kramer in the Muffin Top, so he's got a history with these two. I totally agree with his delivery, though. Just incredible. I love it. It's like, hey, Mr. Kramer, you like Cadillacs?
Cadillac? What's your angle?
Yeah, just as great as Michael's or Kramer's response. Yeah, what do you got in your mind?
He's giving out T-shirts. He's giving out Mary Kay cars. He's quite the shyster, this guy.
It's a shame he never got a name. Just known as attendant, I guess. Maybe he's Jiffy. I don't know.
Perhaps.
Mr. Jiffy.
J. Edgar Iffy. In some of the shots, the wide shots with George, Kramer, and Jiffy Park guy, you see George holding some shirts, which made me think he took some shirts as well. Because Kramer takes a whole...
Kramer cleans up, man.
Yeah. He bends down out of frame to pick them up as they're discussing it. But I thought, man, it would have been nice to have a scene with both George and Kramer wearing their Jiffy Park shirts that were a little bit too tight. Mm-hmm. Would have made for some funny visuals.
Few other notes from the scene. The guy that goes up to the attendant and whispers into his ear, like, either the car isn't being used or I'm going to use that car. That is the assistant prop master, Wayne Harris, who I know we've talked about before. He's had a few cameos in the episodes.
You'll see him on bloopers from time to time.
We can probably thank him for certain props like the doll or, I don't know.
Fusilli Jerry, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Fusilli Jerry.
But you notice the name, he's the assistant prop master. Mm-hmm. Just like a Wig Master.
Oh, yeah, very good. Okay.
I like that. He passed away in 1996, unfortunately. And I don't know which episode it is in particular, but there's an end slate that has his face, for our friend Victor Wayne Harris.
That's
so
right.
Keep an eye out for that.
A few other bits of trivia for the scene. There was apparently a lot of rainy weather while they were filming this episode, and they filmed this scene and all Jiffy Park scenes first in late February, but the rain just, totally ruined the shoot. It didn't go well, and they actually had to reschedule it for, about 3 weeks later, which means all the Jiffy Park scenes were filmed right at the last minute, just 2 weeks before air date. Which I don't think was a huge debacle, but still pretty stressful, I would think, for the overall production when you still have these scenes to film.
Of course.
And speaking of rain, I think that kind of connects with the scene we'll get at the end when Kramer is walking down the sidewalk in the coat because it's raining. And as we know, that's actually shot outside. And I always thought that was so weird. I'm like, why would they bring out the rain machine for the scene? And I don't think they had any control over it, unfortunately.
So because they couldn't, they had to come back and reshoot. I guess you could say they blamed it on the rain. It's a pleasure.
I'm not done yet. I still have a few more notes here. Did you notice Kramer wiping his hands with a napkin at the start of the scene? After touching the condom, the used condom in the car, he's like...
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah, he's
that's nice.
Wiping his hands clean.
Oh, very subtle.
What else do I have here? Oh, so there, if anyone's interested in this, there's a sign outside of the lot in the establishing shot, which was actually filmed in New York, and it says Convention Center pointing to the left. So assuming it's Javits, that's on 34th between 11th and 12th. So this Jiffy Park is somewhere in Midtown, on 34th or so. But I thought that was kind of interesting location-wise.
Okay.
And maybe why Kramer would need a ride there because he doesn't want to walk all the way down to 34th.
He couldn't even finish that AIDS walk, so...
Good point. Anyways, we are in Jerry's apartment, and Elaine insists that Jerry is wrong about Craig. He's very sweet.
Well, what's with that ponytail?
What about it?
Ponytail? Get real.
All right, I'm taking it out. I'm free. How do I look?
Oh, God. Shaggy.
Hair up, glasses off. Have we tried glasses off, hair down? Do you know what I'm talking about? With
Arrested
Joe?
Development.
Yeah.
Sorry, it took me a while. I need to rewatch that.
Anyways, Jerry adds, of course, the guy is working Elaine. He's giving her this discount.
He's going to dangle that dress in front of you like a dirt farmer dangles a carrot in front of a mule.
Oh, this is all very flattering.
Like a shark fisherman with a bucket of chum.
Okay.
Like a shrimp farmer.
Okay. That's a good trivia question. What are the 3 occupations he lists? Dirt farmer, shark fisherman, and shrimp farmer.
Those are really tough.
All right, let's cut over to the Majestic Theater. Kramer reached the end of the tour, and very nice of Ethan to take him on this. He barely knows the guy. To take him to the dressing room here. He saved the best for last. He opens a curtain and pulls out the Technicolor Dreamcoat. And Kramer is just blown away. So we have some deleted material here. Kramer would actually meet the costume designer on the musical. So you got Ethan, who's the Wig Master, and this woman, Charmaine, the costume designer. And he would say at one point, "Madam, you are as magnificent as the dreamcoat you care for." So we get kind of like a, establishment between Kramer, Ethan, and Charmaine, who we'll see later at the restaurant.
And that deleted line made me think, is there going to be something between those two? Because he's flattering her in addition to the coat.
Yeah, it always confused me why, or how Kramer gets to hang out with Ethan and Charmaine.
Yeah.
I'm like, when did he befriend them?
He's glittering. Charmaine Nash Simmons is the costume designer on Seinfeld.
Oh, that's right. So the name Charmaine was named after her.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, she's actually done a few interviews, I think, talking about the puffy shirt, right? Putting that
this
together.
one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how accurate this is to the real Technicolor Dreamcoat, but
regardless, I like this version better.
All right, let's cut back to Jiffy Park. George stands next to the prostitute. We forgot to mention last scene. He thinks there's something funny going on over here, so he wants to start a conversation with this woman who might be a prostitute.
Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Are you a cop?
Oh, no. I'm not a cop. I work for the Yankees.
Ugh, they stink.
Nevertheless, I was wondering if you and your friends are doing business here at the Jiffy Park. You know, what do you people call it? Turning tricks? Anyway, see, the thing is, I found a condom in my car. Now, I'm not saying it's yours. I want to know if I should change parking lots.
Get lost, mister. I'm trying to make a living here.
I'll pay you for your time. I just need some information. How much do you want? 10? 15? You have a change for 20?
15.
George?
Go ahead.
I really enjoy the fact that they threw like a little Yankees jab in there. Ugh, they stink.
Nevertheless.
Yeah, always comes back. Great scene here. Let's talk about the prostitute. She's played by Gina Mastrogiacomo. She was in Goodfellas, Naked Gun 2.5, Jungle Fever, a lot of big name pictures. Mm-hmm. She actually passed away in 2001. And I can't get over it. She worked with all these big name directors and had this like blossoming career. She's actually of Italian-American descent, hence that really Italian last name. Love it. But man, what could have been with her career? It's unfortunate she passed away.
Yeah. I remember her best from Naked Gun because she's actually in the trailer too for that movie where Frank and Ed arrive at like a sex shop. They're looking for this the suspect, and she says, "What is this? Some kind of bust?" And Frank goes, "Oh yes, they're very impressive." Because she has like a low cut shirt. It's very lowbrow. I'm sorry.
I love that.
I love those movies.
Those are great.
But yeah, I actually didn't recognize her. Very, very sad that she passed away so young. She seemed to have had a pretty interesting resume.
Yeah.
Up until this point. Big question for this scene. Why is Susan there?
It makes no sense. It's a long drive from their apartment. And do they have two cars? They probably do.
Yeah, probably.
It's hilarious that she stumbles upon George as he's handing a $20 bill to a prostitute, because of what ensues. Oh, hi, honey. But
I was wondering if like we missed some like exposition earlier, like he's meeting her for dinner, but yeah, I couldn't figure it out. So
I also feel like when George, wants to know if, hey, I just want to know if I should be changing lots, and she just says, "Get lost, mister. I'm trying to make a living here." I feel like that should be enough of him to say, "Okay, I'm going to get my car and leave." Mm-hmm. But he proceeds to, I'll pay you for your time. I don't know. It's just it's a funny scene, but a little bit of logistics going on there. When
Susan showed up, George should have like cleaned his glasses and said, "Oh my God, a hooker."
Well done. Nice curb crossover.
Thank you. All right, we get an act break, and we're at George's apartment. Susan is on the couch, very upset as George paces around, assuring her this, was just a big misunderstanding. But when Susan says, "I don't know if I can trust you," he stops in his tracks, and he does that slow turn, starts ranting about doubt, if she has any doubt, big doubt, tiny doubt, a dot of doubt.
There's no doubt. Did you notice there's like a glimmer of hope in George's face for a second there that he might be able to weasel his way out of it, or rather let Susan end it for him?
Right. This whole situation of George just hoping the other person will kind of, offer a clean break reminded me of the Strongbox when he can't get the girlfriend to agree to the breakup.
Yeah, he still cannot face that scene. He's unhappy. He doesn't want to get married. And yet he's still going to go down with the ship. It's so fitting for George Costanza, the character.
Absolutely. There's a deleted scene that I guess would play it, later in the episode that kind of is like a rehash of this scene, hence why it was cut. But yeah, they have like an argument about, how George wasn't able to pick up Susan for something. And, they were going like out to Jersey, right?
George was going to give Mrs. Ross and Susan a ride to Jersey. And she's to look at wedding dresses. And, Susan's like, don't make sure you don't forget. And George says, "I won't. I'll remember."
He's not able to get his car, right? Can't pick her up. And they
and the
fight.
story he gives her was they couldn't find the car, and Susan doesn't believe them. How can you not find your car at a parking lot?
But it all like culminates to George being like, "Are we breaking up? All right, we're breaking up." And he's like, "I'll move in with Jerry." And like he gets a suitcase.
I'll pack. I won't be a stalker. I won't stalk you.
Yeah. And Susan's pretty much like, "Shut up. I'm not breaking up with you. It's fine."
Yeah, the scene doesn't feel right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the jokes, they don't land, and just George is trying so desperately to get out of the apartment and make this break, and she won't let him. But that one, I understand why they cut it.
Let's cut over to the sidewalk here. Elaine and Craig are out for a walk, and the only reason I want to play this clip is because of this character we'll be meeting.
You know, I can't wait to get that dress.
Yeah, it should arrive imminently.
Arrive?
Yes, from Milan.
But you said it was in the store.
No, we sold out. We've had to order some more.
But I thought Nicole Miller was...
Ian!
Hey, Craig.
Elaine, this is Ian.
Oh, hi, Ian.
In.
Ian.
Ian. He's a friend of mine from England.
So tell me, how you doing?
Well, I'm working over at the Andover shop, actually. You should come by. I'll get you a great discount.
Maybe I will. Nice meeting you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Bye.
Cheerio.
Bye, Ian. So you getting him a discount, too?
Oh, why so surprised?
No reason.
Ian.
Ian?
No, Ian. Ian is played by Norman Brenner, notable stand-in for Michael Richards. I think we all know that face, that tall, lanky hipster doofus frame of his. And he actually has 29 credits on Seinfeld, only 6 of which are credited. I'm sure I've gone through this before, but I'll do it one more time. In The Deal, he's credited as the clerk. In The Tape, he's credited as Beater. Is that Beater? I don't believe it. The Limo, he's man at airport. The Doodle, he's a passerby. The Wig Master, he's Ian. And in The Muffin Tops, he's one of the bus riders. But everything else, he's just a guy in the background walking or sitting or reading a paper.
I would think he had more than 29 appearances, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he seems like the other Ruthie Cohen, you know, someone
Exactly.
who's always in the background. But those credited appearances, does that mean he had dialogue in all those scenes?
Well, I was trying to think, is this the first time we get dialogue, or at least notable dialogue from him? I feel like we've had it before where he's just said a line passing by, but I don't know what distinguishes a credit versus a uncredited credit. So
in The Muffin Tops, he's like, "Could I have another candy bar? They're rather small."
Yeah.
And he might be Ian in that too, because he has an accent.
That's true.
Is he British?
I don't know.
Because something about this Ian character makes me think he's doing an accent.
I'm not sure.
Cheerio.
And here's another one for you. He was also a stand-in for Ted Danson on Becker.
Oh, really?
Isn't that a small world, huh?
Happy birthday.
And also, happy birthday, Becker. Norman Brenner was also in the Seinfeld episode of Curb in 2009, and he played a coffee shop customer.
Another time, another place. We'll discuss more Curb. I never noticed that Elaine is carrying that cane in this scene that will come into play later. So, anyways, let's get over to Jerry's apartment. Jerry and Kramer are watching TV. Jerry is still upset with this Craig guy for hitting on Elaine in front of him. And apparently he's making commission on the jacket that no one seems to like, which ties into that deleted scene you mentioned earlier. So Jerry plans to return the jacket to the Andover shop and put this guy right out of commission. And, Kramer's sitting on the couch next to him in his Jiffy Park t-shirt. And, he's staying with Jerry since he's locked out. And this is when Kramer decides it's time for bed, despite being 9 o'clock. What about Jerry?
He can just go to his room and read.
I love this relationship so much. Yeah. Kramer really should adapt to Jerry's needs. I mean, what about Newman?
He's got a girl up there. You notice Kramer is tired. He said he had a big day or long day. Mm-hmm. But I still think he's trying to readjust from his failed Da Vinci sleep trials.
Yes,
no?
Absolutely. Was that just last week?
Yeah.
I think so.
Connie.
Mm-hmm. So Kramer, spreads out on the small couch and, really tries to stretch out, starts kicking the other end. And I always feel like the couch is going to break apart.
He's really letting loose. Yeah, he's putting all his mind into kicking that couch arm.
And it is great, that visual of going to bed. He's got his Jiffy Park shirt on, his pants, and shoes. You know?
Yeah. And just the shirt's a little bit snug on him.
Very much feels like, oh, it's a medium. Thanks.
Yeah.
So this is when he turns to Jerry and asks,
Well, can I sleep with you? Oh, you got that big, comfortable bed and that nice warm quilt?
Kramer, there's no way you're sleeping with him.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Do I really have to explain why?
Hey,
Hey. What's that?
Squire's walking stick. I had to write about it for the catalog.
Wow.
You want it?
Yeah.
You can have it. I don't need it anymore.
Oh, Mama.
Okay, so I am positive you are wrong about Craig.
Yeah, why?
Because he told a man he'd give him a discount too. A man, Jerry.
So who is he?
Some friend of his from England.
Don't you see? It's all a big scam.
You're nuts.
Well, how do you know he's not wondering the same thing about you?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? Well, perhaps he thinks that you're working him for the discount. Shaking that little butt of yours into big, big savings. And then when you get it, you drop him like a hot potato.
Oh, please.
No, see, the two of you need to work on trust. And then, and only then, will there be a free exchange of sex and discounts. The cornerstones of a healthy relationship. And now, if you would excuse us, we need to get to bed.
This is a fabulous scene.
yes. The Michael stuff in this scene is just wonderful.
I'm recalling some great bloopers that came out of this scene, one of which where instead of butt, Michael referred to Elaine's caboose as a little boom boom, and she fell on the floor after that. They had to cut.
Mm-hmm. But that scene in general is just so great. I love Jerry's Kramer, there's no way you're sleeping with me, to his monologue of sorts about sex and discounts, and that killer last line, if you don't mind, we need to get to bed.
We also learn of another J. Peterman product in that clip.
Right. Squire's walking stick. You got the walking shoe, the walking stick.
Washcloth.
So later in the bedroom, Jerry and Kramer are in bed together. Kramer is wide awake, so he, rolls over, turns on the light, and starts leafing through a magazine. And one of our favorite moments as Jerry slowly turns and looks over, annoyed.
Patio furniture's on sale. One of the best lines probably in the history of Seinfeld, and an improvised line by Michael. What a feeling that must be to say that on the spot, have it hit, and then they keep it in the show. What a feeling that's got to be.
And you mentioned some bloopers earlier from the scene with Elaine in the kitchen. Well, we got some bloopers from this scene as, Michael is just screwing around with Jerry. At one point, he rolls on top of him. Mm-hmm. And there's one scene where I think Jerry gets really fed up and he just knocks the lamp off the side table.
Yeah, I think Kramer goes to turn the light off and it won't shut off. And he goes, uh-oh, because I think it's an issue with the props.
Yeah, it's controlled off screen. He just puts his hand in there and someone off stage turns it off. But the best one, and I have a feeling you've brought this up before, involves a little odor.
I think we brought it up. We brought it up in the rye.
Probably.
After one of the takes, Michael starts sniffing, and he kind of readjusts the covers, and he notices that Jerry let one loose. He foo-fooed. So he yells out, "Rusty!" And he starts cracking up, and Jerry loses it. Everybody on set is laughing. One of the best bloopers in Seinfeld.
Absolutely. It's not really worth playing just the audio, but we'll include a link on our show notes for all the bloopers. And if you follow us on Facebook or Twitter, we'll include some uploads there in the coming days. But yeah, man, that patio furniture line, whew, it's always been one of my favorites. Next scene, we're at Jiffy Park. George has had enough, and he confronts the attendant one more time.
I think I made a big mistake. I'd like my deposit back, please.
What's the problem?
You got hookers turning tricks in my car. How's that for starters?
That is all hearsay.
All right, very good. I'd like my car and my deposit back, please.
Can't do it.
What do you mean?
If you read the agreement you signed, the deposit is non-refundable.
Well, does it say anything in the contract about my car being used as a whorehouse? Because I don't remember reading that clause either.
What can I tell you, buddy? Take it up with Consumer Affairs.
All right, just give me my car and let me get the hell out of here.
That's going to be a problem.
Why?
It's all the way in the back. We can't get it out for a couple of days.
What are you talking about? I want my car!
We ask that you please bear with us.
Bear with you? This is a parking lot! People are supposed to be able to get their cars!
Ideally.
Ideally. This guy's great. I normally love seeing George succeed. We all know what my favorite episode is, but I got to tell you, I'm reveling in his misfortune this week at the hands of Jiffy Park guy.
Yeah.
At first, he was at least being kind of courteous, but a little bit difficult. Now he's just being, obtuse.
What can I tell you, buddy? Take it up with Consumer Affairs. What would you do in this situation?
I'd probably scour the lot to find my car.
Right.
And, can you call a tow truck? That probably is not legal to have them. Probably the police.
Could you call the cops? Yeah, that's what I would do, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're over at the Andover shop, and Jerry speaks with a saleswoman about returning the jacket. The reason?
For spite.
The audience really likes that one.
Mm-hmm.
She's not sure he can do that. Maybe if the jacket were unsatisfactory in some way. So she grabs a manager to see what he thinks. And this guy, Bob, is standing a few feet away. And I love as the saleswoman explains the situation, you can hear like a few key words.
Mm-hmm.
Like, spite.
Yeah, the one word you hear is spite. Speaking of which, did you get a look at her hairdo, the saleswoman?
It reminds me of someone.
Yeah, it's kind of tall, like a wall of hair.
Yeah.
A wall. Take a look.
A little dated, like maybe more early 90s.
But very classy.
Yeah.
Take a look, see if it reminds you of anybody. This was Pamela Dillman that played the saleswoman. She was in a movie that I actually really like. It's a romantic comedy from the 90s called Bye Bye Love with Matthew Modine. It's about families getting divorced and then having to, split like everything splits up.
Mm-hmm.
But a very sweet little romantic comedy. But man, this woman could be a stand-in for Elaine, I think.
Well, Jerry explains the situation to Bob, the manager, and Bob confirms, they can't take the jacket back purely based on spite. So Jerry just on the spot changes his story. I just don't want it.
Well, you already said spite, so...
But I changed my mind.
No, you said spite. Too late. What an ass Bob is.
Some fantastic moments of frustration this episode. Whether it's Bob or the Jiffy Park guy, it's just excellent.
All of our heroes are getting denied this week. I've never heard of a store, when there's nothing wrong with the item, tags are still in place, they won't take the jacket back. But
right.
This is the Seinfeld universe. So now let's talk about Bob, who's played by Zach Pfeiffer. And this guy could be Dan Aykroyd's stand-in.
Looks like him, yeah,
There's something there. He was in Get Shorty, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion, Addams Family Values, an episode of It's Like You Know with Peter Melman. And I think we talked about him in the Diplomats Club. He had that deleted scene where George was the ticket taker.
Yeah.
At Yankee Stadium.
Mr. Morgan punished George, I guess, and he was in the will call window. And before Sugar Ray walks up to get his tickets, this guy...
Mm-hmm.
Is there. That was very exciting, watching a deleted scene like, hey, that's the guy.
He's the guy.
In a later episode. But yeah, I like this guy a lot. He's got some really, really good material for a guest star.
Yeah.
Next scene, we are at this outdoor restaurant. As we talked about earlier, somehow Kramer has befriended Ethan and the costume designer from the musical, and they're having some drinks outside. Did you notice anything about Kramer's look that seems a little different?
He's got sunglasses down on the bridge of his nose.
Yeah, it's like a very cool, psychedelic kind of set, you know?
Yeah, they got like orange tint to them, but they look like who's of the theater world, kind of mixing it up.
And it makes me wonder if those came from the musical. Is that a prop?
Perhaps.
You know?
I don't recall Joseph ever wearing sunglasses, but whatever.
Anyways, they're being kind of catty at their outdoor table, and they start making fun of people's outfits. Get a calendar, honey. It's the 90s.
That is a funny little line.
Nice hat.
Get a calendar, honey. It's the 90s.
Elaine! Oh, hey! Yeah, these are my friends, Jerry and Elaine.
Hi. I'm Charmaine.
I'm Ethan.
Yeah, she's the costume designer, and he's the wig master for the show.
Why are you staying with my friend George?
Right, George. I get the feeling he doesn't want me there.
No, he doesn't even want himself there.
Why don't you sit down and join us?
Oh, all right.
I can't. I've got to go meet a friend.
Oh, what are we, dog meat?
Another champagne coolie, please. You have really beautiful hair.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much.
Have you ever thought about selling it? It would make a brilliant wig.
They make wigs out of human hair?
And pay plenty for them.
Okay, well, you guys are going to have fun here. So I'll see you. Take care. Oh, I just remembered. I've got to get the dream coat from the dry cleaner.
Now, you're going to let me wear the other one, right?
Yeah, but you have to be very careful with it. It's my only backup.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
There's your champagne coolie. Well, looks like it's just you and me, cowboy.
How did this happen? How did this happen? How did Jerry get stuck with this guy he doesn't even know?
Yeah, what was a party of 5 got whittled down to 2 in a matter of seconds.
And I love how you don't really see it happening. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in this situation where you're just kind of, I don't know, sometimes I'll go to an event or something and I'm sitting next to a stranger or someone I don't even know.
Yeah, well, we saw it in the party on Long Island. Getting stuck next to the guy who's going off on the peanut.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we've all been in situations like these. Mm-hmm. But it does have that feel like they're on a date in a way. The way Ethan specifically says, "Do you and me, cowboy?"
Oh, here's your champagne coolie, and well, I like how Ethan gives it to Jerry. He didn't even order that.
I know. And of all drinks to have, they're really setting this up, you know?
Right. I Googled champagne coolie because I thought, oh yeah, this is a real drink, and I couldn't find an official recipe, but I'm sure any creative mixologist could come up with a good one. Okay. My big question for this scene is, how the hell is Kramer borrowing the backup dream coat?
Yeah. Why trust Kramer? Although Charmaine doesn't know him that well, mm-hmm. But why would you give out a prop from a musical to someone you just met?
Right. Even if it is a backup, why risk that? I was disappointed that we didn't get a what do you call it? An establishing shot of the restaurant. I'm where is this place? But
mm-hmm.
The script reveals that it's set at Joe Allen's, which was, I don't know if it's still around. Probably. It's a well-known spot for the pre and post Broadway crowd in Midtown. Okay. But in reality, this was shot just outside of the CBS Studio Center, which we've brought up many times on the show. In fact, Vinny, can you track down the specific set to another episode?
Well, I kind of cheated and looked, but it's...
You looked?
You're not staying... I did. I peeked. You're not staying with us, Four Eyes. The Raincoats, the French Cafe with George and Timmy?
Joey, I think?
Joey.
You have no idea how fantastic this is. Yeah, little Joey puts the butter right on George's glasses.
There is your father!
There it is. So let's cut over to Elaine's apartment. Craig has had a long day at work, and he crashes on Elaine's couch. She wonders, when those Nicole Millers are coming in. It's been a while. Craig sort of stumbles for an answer. And as we heard earlier with that Ian scene, it kind of seems like he's stretching this promise out, spending more and more time with Elaine. Claims that the latest shipment is coming by boat, which takes a lot longer with the waves and all.
Yes.
No idea when they'll arrive.
So that carrot is being dangled, as Jerry predicted.
Yes. And, something we didn't mention in that earlier scene with Ian, Craig says they're coming from Milan. Milan, I'm sorry. Which ties into, Rochelle. Maybe they're on their way from Milan through Minsk all the way to New York.
That's right. And we'll even get one more Rochelle callback coming up.
Next scene, we're at that outdoor restaurant. Jerry is looking very stylish in his vest and white shirt, enjoying some Champagne Coolies with Ethan. They look like a very sweet couple,
Yeah, they look good together.
And I never realized at the top of the scene, we have a clip. Ethan is talking trash about George.
How could you love a guy like that? He's a mess. I just don't see them together at all.
Ethan?
Yes?
Hi, it's me, Jesse. George Hamilton's personal assistant.
Right. How are you?
Good to see you.
Yeah, this is Jerry.
Hello. Yeah. Ethan, what brings you to town?
I'm touring with Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
You're kidding. Listen, maybe you and I should, get together. Have you been on the slide at Club USA? It's intense.
Excuse me. Are you asking him out?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Right in front of me? How do you know we're not together? Two guys sitting, laughing, drinking Champagne Coolies?
No, I just didn't think you were.
Well, we're sitting here together. Why wouldn't you think that?
I don't know, I just didn't.
Well, it's very emasculating.
Such a great scene here. I love this situation and seeing Jerry, I don't know, partnered up with Ethan here.
Yeah.
And preserving this false image that they're a couple.
So it doesn't matter whether it's gay, straight. He just does not like to be, shoved aside and, taken for granted from onlookers.
Mm-hmm.
But we do meet Jesse, who's played by Michael McDonald. And here's the reference. He previously played player number 2 in the understudy. He played for the softball team, Rochelle the musical.
Ah, there's the connection.
And as I think we all know him from his Mad TV days, but he also, along with Patrick Bristow, was in Austin Powers, as we said.
And what's his line of dialogue?
No!
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Now, did you notice when he is introduced to Jerry for the first time, he kind of snubs him and just, sloughs him off? Is that because he is the same person from the, like, he remembers Jerry taking out Bet? Or is this a complete new character?
That's awesome. I love that theory. I think it plays more into this episode of, oh, you're just some guy, like I don't need to worry about you. But I love the theory that he recognizes him from the softball game. That's great.
Oh my God, Bet's hurt!
I do like when Ethan says, "This is Jerry," and I love how Jerry goes, "Hello."
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. It's like they're playing it up, so you kind of assume they're a couple, right?
Yeah, I love this. And I know a line that Seinfeld fans love. I always bring this up at trivia. How do you know we're not together? Two guys sitting, laughing, drinking Champagne Coolies. Always a fan favorite. Now, Jesse mentioned, what was it? Have you been to the slide at Club USA? It's intense. I never got that reference. I was like, is this a water park? Like, what kind of slide?
What is it?
Yeah, well, sure enough, it goes back to the early to mid 90s. This was Peter Gation's club. He was a famous New York club owner. He owned a couple of places like the Limelight, Tunnel, Palladium, not Chunnel.
Everybody into the tunnel.
But I have some details here about Club USA. It was open from 92 to 95. It was a retread of an old theater that suddenly became home to the, according to this website, the last gasp of the club kid movement. There was a plexiglass slide that took you from the balcony to the main floor.
Okay.
I got very excited, though, because I was looking up images, of Club USA, and I recognized a photo of Jerry Seinfeld and Mario Joyner at Club USA.
Hey, Maroon Golf.
In 1994. I'm like, hey, this all kind of connects. So Jerry and Mario took the slide together.
Nice.
Now, have you ever seen this picture of Jerry? It's been shared on a lot of Seinfeld Twitter, Instagram accounts, where it's just a shot of Jerry, and he looks really stoned or drunk.
Oh, yeah. You've posted it, like, current mood, and you put that on before.
That photo is from that night at Club USA with Mario.
Oh, it was intense then.
Yes. All right, let's get back to Elaine's apartment. Craig has fallen asleep on the couch after a long day at work when Elaine gets a phone call from Bob at the Andover shop. Craig left her number, and since Elaine has the guy on the phone, she asks about the Nicole Millers. They aren't expecting a shipment at the Andover shop. In fact, they have too many as it is. Several in size 4. And after Elaine hangs up, she gets this, little flashback of Jerry and Ethan talking about hair being used for wigs.
So they pay plenty for them.
So she grabs a pair of scissors and she looks at Craig and his beautiful ponytail, which I gotta say is a pretty malicious move on Elaine's part.
Hey, you don't wrong a Bennis.
Good point, I guess. All right, and the last scene of the evening. I was so excited to get to this. A woman leaves a bodega in this white winter coat and a fuzzy white hat. And there's this gust of wind, and it takes the hat off, blows it down the New York sidewalk. This funky beat kicks in, and the hat is stopped by a cane. And there's Kramer in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, walking stick, strutting like a pimp, pounding fists with a guy in dreadlocks. One of the greatest images to come out of the series, would you say?
I would agree.
Yeah. Which is kind of like an afterthought, as all the plots kind of wrap up.
Yeah, and it really doesn't... Well, I guess it does. At first you think, well, it doesn't really relate to the plot, but it does, because we have the whole hookers turning tricks in George's car.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, you're right.
So, nice little icing on top of a fine episode thus far.
Oh, my God. It's so iconic. Kramer makes his way to Jiffy Park and is about to get in the perfect vehicle, which we didn't really mention earlier, the pink Cadillac Eldorado.
Yeah, it's a Mary Kay car. And why would it be a Mary Kay? It's pink. Why would it not even matter? Why is Kramer enthused about a bright pink car? But now what happens at the end of the episode makes a lot more sense.
Of course, it's all set up for this. Kramer did seem impressed though with Jerry's Cadillac, ooh la la.
Yeah.
And I had some notes earlier, which we won't worry about now, about Mary Kay cars and how
they're awarded to the top selling salesman of the Mary Kay company, right?
Yeah, but I was reading an interesting article how there's a lot of specifics, you need to be on a team and you never own the car. You're leasing it. It's very bizarre. Okay. But
interesting.
This pink pimp mobile. Kramer, opens the door and he sees 2 people in the back seat, and they get out. The guy pulls up his pants, runs off as the prostitute from earlier with George starts hitting Kramer with her purse, mad that he cost her some money.
Cool it, lady. Cool it. When he looks into the car, I feel, I don't know if it's me or seeing, pimps portrayed in movies. Here we go. The way Kramer's like, hey, what are you doing in my car? He's embodying what it is to be a pimp.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, he's like Pepper Jack in this scene. He's like,
yeah,
get out of Pepper Jack's Cadillac. It gets kind of weird because, Kramer isn't a very violent guy, but he kind of fights the prostitute a little bit.
He's restraining her with his Big Daddy cane.
Oh, that's Big Daddy cane. I wonder if anyone gets Scary Movie 2 references on this podcast.
If they do, podcast high five.
And he kind of pushes her against the car, as you put it. He restrains her from hitting him. And this is just as a cop car rolls up and tells them to freeze.
Just awesome.
Yeah,
awesome
man.
End to the episode.
Oh, one of the all-time best moments on Seinfeld.
But wait, there's more.
Yes. We cut to the police station during the credits, and Kramer is getting his mugshot in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and we hear a very familiar voice off screen.
Okay, Big Daddy, take the hat off. All right, turn to your right. I said turn, pimp! I'm not a pimp!
Might be my favorite part of the episode, solely for these and the credits. Go figure. But to hear Larry David in a modulated voice, but you can tell based on the
inflection,
the inflection, and then the way that pimp, the crack. It's so signature Larry David. I just love it.
I said, turn pimp.
Magnifico.
Real quick, going back though to the car scene where Kramer's like, "Cool it, lady."
Cool it.
The guy, the John that runs out of the car, pulls up his pants. I believe that is Pete Papadopoulos.
Oh, really? The grip?
The key grip, yeah. Who we saw in... I think we've seen him in other episodes, just floating around, but I recognize that face. So he got busted.
It's the guy with the tall hair. I'd recognize him anywhere. Oh, speaking of which, did you notice Kramer now he knows which direction is left from right? Because the previous time he was in a lineup, he went down, round and around we go. Ho ho! He turned left when he should have went right.
Right, I was going to say...
turned right when he should have went left, rather.
Can't go right. I was going to say this is Kramer's second time, but it's
in a police lineup.
It's not a police lineup, though, right? He's getting his mugshot, so...
Oh, yeah.
He's getting booked, I guess.
So, okay.
Okay.
So, what do you think?
So, Matt, is this episode a bing condom or a take it up with consumer affairs?
Oh, boy. I think for a lot of small reasons, this is a bing condom episode. Oh, boy. It's just one of these episodes that isn't like on my regular rotation, or one I would list among the best, but it has one of, as we pointed out earlier, one of the most iconic moments in the entire series.
Yep.
Kramer dressed up as the pimp. And I will throw everything else away in this episode just to have that one moment and still feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so good.
That alone makes it worthy of being a bing condom episode.
Yes. But there's so many other little moments that I love. The Jiffy Park attendant, Ethan as the Wig Master. Just some great stuff this episode. I really enjoyed it, and I'm curious to hear what you think, though, because I have a feeling you like this one. But
yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved all the things you mentioned. Loved Ethan, the Wig Master. He was great. I just love that actor and the character that he plays. We got, I think what I liked most was we saw people play foil to both George and Jerry. George was the Jiffy Park guy and the prostitute. And then we have, with Jerry, it was Craig. Mm-hmm. So both of, our heroes are constantly being shut down this week. And the whole returning the jacket for spite thing is great. Even Elaine's story I enjoy. So all four characters, I enjoy each storyline, but this won't crack my top 20. So it's hard to say that I like this episode a lot, but it's not going to penetrate my top 20.
Yeah, this is one of those interesting episodes. I would say, despite a few weird plot holes here or there, like why is Susan at the lot? How did Kramer befriend these theater people? Why is he getting the jacket? I don't know. Lack of resolution for some characters, like how does George get his car back? Stuff like that. It's still a fine episode, and I'd say one of the most fun episodes from this season.
It was fun. It was fun.
Fun age. If it weren't for that Jiffy Park attendant's second appearance in the Muffin Tops, I would list him among my favorite single shots.
Yeah. I was writing him in my notes as great single shot guy, and then I forgot that he's going to come back. So. And it was same demeanor, same personality, where he's going to deny one of our heroes something.
Yes. And, you mentioned how everyone kind of had a foil this week. There was a lot of struggle this week with consumerism, or just, as the one guy says, take it up with consumer affairs. Whether it's George with a car or Jerry with the Endover shop, I like that element. There's a lot going on this week.
Elaine with the Nicole Millers.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, unfortunately, this will not crack my top 20. I think it's definitely one of the funniest episodes from season 7, though.
Agreed. All right, that's going to do it for us here on Seincast this week. Please feel free to send us an email at seincast@gmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or leave us a voicemail at Coco Bosco.
Vinny, what episode do we have next week?
We are discussing the 20th episode of Season 7, The Calzone.
Oh, very nice. Hey, I see you got something in the oven there. What pie you cooking?
Huckleberry.
But for now, I'm Matt.
I'm Vinny.
Signing off. Seincast is not endorsed by Castle Rock Entertainment, Sony Pictures, or NBC. It is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Seinfeld, the Seinfeld logo, and all names, pictures, and audio of Seinfeld characters are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.
Patio furniture's on sale.